Hello, I am Ashley Bonte, and I am so excited to share my portfolio showcasing my knowledge and skills gained through the University of South Carolina's Master's Program in Educational Technology. In compiling all the components of my portfolio, I was able to reflect on my growth in so many areas. I have grown not only as an educator and technologist, but also a problem solver and reflective practitioner. I have learned so much about myself and am excited to highlight some of these aspects. A crucial trait that I have always known about myself is that I am not an idle person. This applies mostly to me as a learner and professional. I absolutely love reading about new discoveries and learning about the latest theories on education. This was the sole purpose of why I started my master's program directly after finishing my undergraduate degree. I knew that I did not want to stop learning. This is an easy explanation as to why my curriculum vitae contains the various degrees and certifications within a few short years. There are also specific reasons why I chose educational technology as my field of study. First, I truly believe that technology is where future generations are headed as a means of learning and discovery. Therefore, it seemed fitting to jump into the field and learn as much as I can. To strengthen the educational process inside my classroom, this was necessary. I had no idea what someone with a master's in educational technology does. After finishing this program, I have a much better idea of these positions, but do not believe I am ready to leave the classroom just yet. In compiling the artifacts for my portfolio, I was nervous at first. So many of my assignments and projects were not perfect and took hours of searching the internet for help. There were even quite a few tears each semester from pure frustration. I can honestly say I now know how my grandma feels when she tries to check her email and simply gives up. However, I can say that searching for artifacts surprised me because I was able to find so many products that easily demonstrated my ability and understanding of instructional design and, more specifically, the AECT standards. After brainstorming all of my different products and the aspects that I felt were present in them, I took a copy of the standards and started highlighting keywords, as you can see here. This helped me best match my artifacts with specific indicators. From this point, I checked to see that I used a project from every class and then started working on the background information on each one. In describing each artifact, I intentionally added an extra section to the end. I explained how the project linked to ADDIE. ADDIE is one of the particular models used in an instructional system design. The purpose of an instructional design system is to link media to content so that learning occurs more efficiently. Therefore, I explicitly make this connection. For me, ADDIE is an outline and guide. You will see that every single artifact was a part of at least one of the 5 stages of ADDIE, and typically many more. Standard 1 focuses on content knowledge. The indicators talk about my ability to create and use technology. My first artifact used is the creation of my wiki for my first design and development tools course. Complete with reflections, the creation and use of wikis definitely met the indicators of create, using, and assessing. I then move on to a paper that was written as though I were in a position to allocate technology resources and funds. This paper shows how I would manage the processes involved, as well as following the steps that demonstrate good ethics. Standard 2 discusses the pedagogy behind the content. This is the only standard that I used 1 artifact instead of 2 to demonstrate my ability. My instructional multimedia project took so much time and effort and paid off in the end. Without really knowing it, all of the indicators were mastered on this project. I know that had I not followed the ADDIE process, this may not have been the case. I started with a needs analysis and wrote a proposal. I then worked on the design in multiple stages, including the creation of a flowchart, outline, and eventually a storyboard. In the end, I created a project that was appropriate for my audience, allowed flexibility, and supported a collaborative community of learners. Standard 3 addresses my ability to plan and accommodate different learning environments. This is another creation that I am very proud of. Like my IMP, it is an active website that is available as a resource. In creating it, I, once again, followed all 5 stages of ADDIE. My awareness to learners who need special accommodations is apparent through the carefully researched and constructed format of information. The second artifact focuses on my attention to assessing my audience and managing their responses. Standard 4 encompasses my professional knowledge and skills. I chose 2 projects that show my ability to collaborate with others, lead certain processes, and reflect all along the way. I was so proud of Rock Soup that I took the opportunity to present it with 2 other classmates. This wonderful experience made the entire process worthwhile, especially when we saw a room full of eager educators wanting to know more about the technological process we chose. The final AECT standard is on research. These artifacts took place at the beginning of the semesters and helped build a foundation for me in this program. From these artifacts, I was able to apply my knowledge and enhance my future projects. These fell right in place for me as I absolutely love learning about theory and research-based findings. As noted in my reflection, I have learned what it means to follow a process and reflect on every step. I've learned so much about analyzing an audience, assessing the criteria, matching appropriate technology to fulfill a need, implementing the new process, and evaluating all along the way. While I am not ready to move beyond the classroom, I do believe I have the tools to provide a much better technological education for my students. I am proud to say that I know what it takes to be an educational technologist and hope to one day make a difference with the knowledge that I've gained.